side will be looking at their weather forecasts for tomorrow and seeing the situation and thinking the Ashes are retained. They're not wrong, are they?
One ball at a time, mate.
Really?
You can't look too far ahead.
Yeah, but people are. So, I mean, listen, let me put it this way. Are you really thinking you need to chase victory and that would be a great way of sealing the Ashes? Will you be happy if it does rain all day tomorrow?
More than happy. More than happy. If it did, then great. But, you know, it was meant to start raining, I think, at 1 o'clock today, and it didn't. So forecasts in England are pretty good at being wrong, and it'd be very dangerous for us to rely on rain or forecasts going into tomorrow. So we've got to steel ourselves tonight and prepare tomorrow morning as if we're going to play a full day's Test cricket. And you know, we know what is at the end of end of the line for us. But again, it goes back to one ball at a time, one session at a time, and keeping it very, very simple.
Could I just ask how successfully you think you managed today in a way, the pace of it? Because obviously at the start you needed to score quickly and get through to follow on, and then there were times when you kind of needed to slow it down. Do you think you managed that as a team?
Yeah, I think, you know, you as you say, you have to change with the game and how it's going. You know, certainly to come in this morning, the first goal was to get past the follow-on score, which we did well. You know, Brody came out and attacked and played some great shots, and we managed to get through. So that was the first goal. Swanee then came out and played attacking again, which is the way he plays. But then batting with Jimmy, you know, we knew that we wanted to put more overs into their bowlers as well, and the longer we were out there, the closer we were getting to the total, but the less we were going to have to batter the back end, hopefully. So that's when you want to just occupy the crease for as long as possible.
Matt, even if there is no rain tomorrow and you've got to face down 90 overs or whatever, you'd still feel pretty confident in being able to do that on that pitch. You've seen it today, it should be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one thing about this England team is we've become tough to beat, and we've been, unfortunately, in this position a few times in the sort of near past or recent past. And we'll have a lot of confidence going into tomorrow that we can save the day. Certainly on this wicket as well. I think it's still a very good batting wicket. There's the odd one that bounces, the odd one that turns, but you'd expect that from a good Test pitch on the fifth day. The key to it, I think, will be getting through the new ball. Certainly, as the ball gets softer, it still spins, but it won't spin as quickly. It won't bounce as much, and it becomes harder work for the seamers as well. So, you know, the first session tomorrow morning will be massive for us.
On the David Warner referral that didn't go England's way, there seemed to be quite a bit of disbelief that it hadn't gone your way. Why was that? Did the replays make you think he had touched it?
There was disbelief because he hit it, and that's why we referred it. And then when you're that sure of it and it's still given not out, it's quite frustrating. So that's why there was a bit of sort of chat around, I imagine.
There was no obvious evidence on hotspot like that on the replay, so that's the third umpire can't overturn.
It's cricket, isn't it, at the moment? No, there wasn't any evidence, and that's frustrating. All you can go on from a referral point of view is how you see it. Cookie and I are pretty adamant he hit it. I think Snicko showed he did, so we were right in referring it, but unfortunately the decision didn't go our way.
Matt, David Warner just humoured us with his thoughts on the irony of Joe Root catching him out. What did you guys think on the field when that happened? Did you have a bit of a laugh to yourself?
No, not really. It was just nice that Rudy took a catch. I think he probably enjoyed it, but apart from that, it was just about trying to get as many wickets as we could in as short a space of time.
What about David being out there for this Test match? Have you given him a little bit out in the field?
Absolutely nothing.
Anyone else?
Yeah, just in terms of the game slowed down, the umpires speak to you guys at all about the speed of you guys getting through your overs again?
No, I don't think so. I think there's enough for them to be worrying about at the moment. We controlled our over rate. At no point did we want to, take it, too far or anything. I don't think we bowled too slowly, but obviously we weren't going to be racing for our overs, trying to get as many in as we could. So again, it's a balancing act. But what you want to do in those situations as well is make sure that what you are doing, you're getting it right. So for Cookie as captain, he wants to make sure that he's got his field placement right. The bowlers want to make sure that the plans are right to each batter, and you want to take your time and make sure that is right, because you don't want to have a half an hour session or an hour session where the batters can get away from you and suddenly you're batting for longer than you want to be. So it is important that you do get your tactics right in that situation as well.
Last couple.
Matt, were you guys struggling to see the ball? The umpire said that you guys were sort of agitating for a while to come off the field.
Yeah, I mean, it was dark. It certainly was getting dark. I mean, look, it's up to the umpires when we come off. They control the game and we do what they say. But certainly for, I reckon, 2-3 overs there at the end, it was getting, the light had dropped. You can always tell when the floodlights come on, when they're aiding natural light, you can tell, and certainly when it drops below that, when you're out in the middle, it does make a massive difference. So, we could tell that the light had dropped, and the umpires made the decision.
Last one.
Matt, do you have a certain amount of sympathy with the umpires? I mean, you said yourselves you knew it was out, but then the technology was showing it's out. If they're getting referred, they're not necessarily getting all the kind of evidence they need to make the decisions. Do you have a certain sympathy with it?
Look, I think it's pretty frustrating for everyone at the moment. At no time will you ever be critical of an umpire on the field for making a wrong decision. Look, everyone makes mistakes in a day. It happens quickly. I know that more than anyone, having, everyone looking at me for DRS decisions and stuff. Everything happens quickly. But I've always said with DRS, I'm a big fan of DRS. I think it works, and it's the way forward. But once you use a review, you have to then get the decision right. Once it goes up to the third umpire, the decision that comes out has to be the correct decision. Whether the technology needs to be looked at or whatever it is, or how they use the technology, I don't know. But I think that for the players at the moment is the biggest frustration.
Would you have a problem with England umpires being in this game? England or Australian umpires doing the game or the series?
I honestly don't care where the umpires come from, as long as the right decision's made. I think that's the most important thing at the end of the day, is that the decisions are correct at the end. And I think that's any player, Aussies, England, anybody. All you want is the right outcome at the end of the day.